I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Anyone claiming that America's economy is in decline is peddling fiction.
I've abandoned free market principles to save the free market system.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Raising the debt ceilings does not increase our debt. It does not somehow promote profligacy.
I know words. I have the best words. Nobody knows the system better than me, which is why I alone can fix it.
Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. And welcome back to the Peddling Fiction Podcast. I'm your host, the voice and soul of so-called fiction, Johnny Profita. And back with me bright and early, at least for me, it's Justin Hillbilly Boy Campbell. What's up over there?
It's late for me. I still
You're about to go to bed.
I worked all night, so I'm let's see. I woke up about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So what's that put me at? I'm running on about 18 hours straight. Not too bad. I think my max, and I shouldn't know this, but my max is 33 hours. At 33 hours consecutive awake, things start getting weird, and I don't get tired. I just start to lose focus and zone out. Like I start seeing shit and I start saying weird stuff, and I'm still I'm not falling asleep. I'm just stuff starts to get strange. It's like I enter another dimension or something.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think, neither of us were sleeping much last night. So this will be an interesting episode. See how my brain functions on about 3.5 to 4 hours of not very good sleep, as opposed to the normal 5 that I get.
I say that's about how much I sleep anyway. So
yeah, I usually have a nap in there at some point. I think it's more I'm just dreading the rest of the day because I got the cleaning lady coming after this, so I can't go back to sleep.
Dude, the naps though, as I've gotten older, naps are where it's at. I might only sleep 4 hours a day, but I'll take 3 30-minute power naps throughout the course of it. I'll do some stuff and then I'll sit down and take a little nap, and then I'll get up and do some more stuff, and then I'll sit down and take a little nap. Like that recliner back there, that's a great place.
I need a good recliner. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go recline by the pool after this, but we'll see. I'm probably gonna be pretty ornery after this because a lot of stuff this week getting my Irish up, I'll tell you that. A lot of it were all these speaking of being sleep deprived, all these nurses that pulled those 12-hour shifts, they seem to think that we've forgotten. We're the ones, Justin, that forgot what the beginning of COVID was like and how dangerous it was and how scared everybody was. We forgot everything about COVID. They remember it completely as it was. And Fauci is a hero.
I also saw a thing that it said Fauci. It said because of all the work Fauci did fighting the AIDS epidemic, they can never view him as a bad guy. It's like, did you do much research on what Fauci did during the AIDS epidemic? You should, just that alone, you should think he's a bad guy.
It is I guess we're just living in 2 completely different dimensions. They're in some bizarro world where they didn't say that we should all be fucking basically killed or put in camps and not be given hospital beds, all these nurses that were saving the world. because we didn't want to mask up and take an experimental vaccine that Fauci continuously lied about. It's on video lying about it. Now we have his diary, personal diaries, which he admitted to under oath were real. And he can do no wrong. He walks on water for them. Oh, he saved millions of lives somehow. I'm still trying to get to the tally of the millions of lives that he saved and not potentially the millions of lives that he fucking killed. Like, he might be one of the biggest mass murderers. If you go by their retarded COVID math and by, you do a couple of deductions from what's in this guy's journal, he's a fucking mass murderer on the scale of Hitler. And that's not like a huge leap here, is it?
No.
I saw one guy said 30 million people died from COVID. And when somebody pressed him, he's like, well, COVID and like after COVID, like basically the response to COVID. Who came up with the response to COVID? Who was in charge of all this shit? Who was bragging in his fucking diary about, oh, I got this done and I convinced so-and-so to do this and that and shut down this school and they didn't want to do it, but I convinced them because I'm so fucking awesome and Julia Roberts loves me.
Oh, and then he also admitted to basically having a vaccine injury, which they went out of their way to cover up.
No, I don't, dude. So I forget who it might have been on Megyn Kelly because she had some pretty good like legal experts on. But somebody did the timeline on that. Remember when we played that clip of him fucking berating, going around with the mayor of was it DC or wherever they were, berating people about not getting vaccinated? That was like the day after or the same day that he found out he had a fucking heart infarction. It was either the day after or the day of, or like he already knew that he was fucking vaccine injured. And he's going around telling, oh, no, you better get it because once you get it, then you can't get your kids sick. And I don't think we played the one I retweeted because I hadn't seen this one where the black dude was like, basically, no, fuck you guys. There's no way I'm taking this vaccine.
That was one of the things during COVID was a lot of the black community was like, yeah, we remember the Tuskegee stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you ain't fucking giving us anything.
Dude, that was a great clip. And to watch them just fucking basically cower to this guy. Because if he was white, you can't get away with it. If you're white, you can't fucking be anti-government, apparently, without being considered a fucking terrorist.
You're right. You're an extremist. You're a right-wing extremist. But
he was like, oh, no, like the science, we've been working on this science for 20 years. And he's like, well, that's not long enough. And he only spent about 9 months on the vaccine.
I always thought that was the craziest part of that was they were like, oh yeah, look, that they didn't just roll this out yesterday. They've been studying this for the last 20 years. It's like, yeah, did you actually look at any of the studies that they've been doing and the tests that they've done over the last 20 years?
You did.
Because because they never could get any of those trials out of animal trials because they were running at like an 80% mortality rate. Like, yeah, that's not real promising if you're like, oh yeah, they've been studying this for the last 20 years and have managed to kill like every animal that they've injected with this stuff. But it's totally fine to roll it out now. Thank you. No, thank you.
And so I'm guessing by now, because it's Friday and this happened on Wednesday, Fauci had to reluctantly, the only time that he's been reluctant to go in front of Congress, and he pleaded the fifth to every single question. And when I say every single question, I mean literally every single question. What color is your tie? I'm pleading the fifth. Is there a red folder in front of you? That was a great moment. I'm pleading the fifth. Literally, yeah. I'm not even going to fucking say that.
We talk.
Wait, wrong one. Shit.
Yeah. We're going to get into how the media is covering this or not covering it.
There we go.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, nothing says honesty like taking the fifth, huh, Doc? Let's try something. What day of the week is it today?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based
Such a
upon
fucking weaselly bitch.
the Constitution.
What color tie are you wearing?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color's the carpet in front of you?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Let's just get one thing straight. You don't have any rights under the Fifth Amendment because you've been pardoned, as you very well know. As the Supreme Court has been clear for a century and more, Brown versus Walker, 1896, when he has been pardoned, he may not stand upon his privilege. You know that. Your lawyers sitting behind you now shifting nervously in their chairs. They know it. This isn't about the Constitution. This isn't about the law. This is about contempt. Contempt for this body and contempt for the American people. But I think I know why you're doing it. It's because you don't want to answer questions. It's because you did all kinds of terrible things. It's because during the pandemic, you got rich, didn't you? You got rich while people were dying, hundreds of thousands of Americans, over 1 million in the end, and you were getting rich. And not only were you doing that, you were using federal employees with taxpayer money to apply for and solicit cash prizes for you personally, cash prizes totaling over $1 million. You did all of that during the pandemic, didn't you? That's a question.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
I don't know what's less impressive about Fauci. The fact that he got up there and pled the Fifth 111 times, somebody actually counted it, 111 times, or the fact that he read from that piece of paper every single fucking time. I feel like after the fourth or fifth time, maybe like six to 8 times, you would memorize it. He had to take his time and read it from the piece of paper every single time. Like,
yeah, that bothered me too.
I'm
surprised he didn't like each time take out his glasses and put them on and
this
read
is
it.
Dr. Truth Science. He's supposed to be the smartest man in the world. He can't memorize a fucking line.
A single fucking monotonous sentence. Was that cutting out for you two or just on my end?
Just on your end. Before we started, you were a little glitchy.
Okay.
On the internet.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that because there was an important part in there, even though Fauci didn't answer any fucking questions about pleading the Fifth, because it is complete bullshit that he's pleading the Fifth. And what I forget that guy's name. Is that Hawley?
Yeah, Josh Hawley.
What he was talking about there is like Fauci's been pardoned for a blanket pardon for anything he did between 2014 and the day of the pardon, like sometime in 2025. So all of this COVID stuff, no matter what he says, he can't, like, as long as he's telling the truth, he cannot fucking plead the Fifth. It's like if somebody was given like a plea deal. You know, you're given immunity in exchange for your testimony. You can't go in there and fucking plead the Fifth when they start asking you questions. Like, you got to answer the fucking questions. So he's pleading the Fifth based on the advice of his counsel because he doesn't want to tell you the truth now. And if he lies now, the pardon doesn't apply and he can go to fucking prison where he fucking belongs. So it's either plead the Fifth and be a little fucking bit. This is one of their heroes. And I was joking about all their long line of fucking heroes that the left anoints. But like he's just bitching out because he doesn't want to answer these questions truthfully. Because when he answers them truthfully, he's no longer the fucking Dr. Truth Science that walks on water and has bobbleheads made and all these people fawning over him in just a sickening, nauseating fashion.
Hopefully they'll grow a pair of fucking balls and hold him in contempt and charge him for that.
Yeah. There's like a couple of, there's that. The fact that, one of the lawyers on the Megyn Kelly show brought this up. Like, he gave a fucking opening statement. He was like, ripping on Rand Paul, saying, he's obsessed with me and this is just a witch hunt, blah, 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 blah. He gave a fucking opening statement and then pled the fifth. Like, you can't do that either. Once you give a statement, you like open yourself up. You can't accuse people of a bunch of shit and then be like, oh, I'm pleading the fifth for the rest of this. That's not how that works. So that should fucking counteract it too. In addition to the fact that he has that he had a blanket bullshit fucking pardon. I mean, maybe he doesn't want to accept it. Maybe he didn't accept the pardon. So, like, yeah, this guy was saying, it's like, yeah, dude, make him say I've been pardoned, and then you can hold him in fucking contempt, and then he's got to come back to fucking. You can put him in prison for that.
Well, and like we talked about the other day, none of mainstream media had even talked about the Fauci diary or any of this at all. And then after he goes in front of Congress, they finally decide to say something, and of course they're back to slobbing on his knob.
We're talking about a lot this morning. I mean, the Fauci thing, just sheer political theater. They shamed themselves. We Americans needed answers yesterday. We needed answers on the origins of this, the best information they had, the thinking about closing down schools, the thinking about all these other things. I mean, and if it had been a normal hearing where you didn't have the chairman of the committee going in saying, I'm going to put Anthony Fauci behind bars, then as the Wall Street Journal said, we could have had that open conversation. But you start with your chairman saying, I'm going to put him behind bars. Yeah, what you're doing is you're staging nothing but a show trial. And so
great performance.
He didn't play along. It's some embarrassing performances, guys swearing that I got okay. And then you had other people, what's the color of your tie? What's the color of the carpet?
Okay.
It was such a...
Maybe you did do show prep.
Okay, I just get... Alex just told me this. It was such a clown show, but there are still open questions on the origins of this virus.
All right, we'll have more.
And by the way, I just want to say really quickly, if they had asked Dr. Fauci or any other scientist, why did you close down schools? Because in retrospect, that looked like such a horrible mistake. Fauci probably would have said yesterday, and other scientists would have said, well, in our last pandemic, the 1919 pandemic, that was so deadly, it actually spread and attacked younger Americans. Mm-hmm. So those schools, and I remember this being said by everybody at the time of the virus, the schools were the super spreaders during the 1919 pandemic, and that is the only pandemic that we had to work off of. But we didn't get a chance to hear that yesterday because the entire hearing was framed with, I'm going to put the guy who's testifying here behind bars.
I like how she was trying to shut Joe down multiple times, and he just like plowed through and had to have his little spiel.
Dude. I mean, I'm pretty sure he asked Fauci about shutting down the fucking schools too, and Fauci pled the fifth.
Right. She said initially she said that he didn't do any show prep, and then she was like, "Oh, maybe you could do some show prep." Well, he did. Yeah. He did as much show prep as watching some viral videos on Twitter. He didn't actually do show prep and watch any of the hearing, obviously.
Yeah, it was like one of the first questions. What was about? Well, the very first question might have been about. I think it was about the origin of it. But yeah, just the whole thing. Dude, Rand Paul, what's he going to put him in prison for? He's been pardoned, so he can answer the questions as long as he answers them honestly. There's nothing you can do. He's untouchable. Literally untouchable. He's got a fucking pardon, presidential pardon, signed by allegedly Joe Biden. So if he really wanted to answer the questions, he could have.
Signed by the auto pen, as discovered by Peddling Fiction, and then later reported on by everybody else.
That was a great moment. But Fauci could have fucking manned up and answered these questions. It's not like his lawyers had a gun to his head saying, you can't answer these. He could have.
Did you see that part where Rand Paul had his lawyer removed because his lawyer kept trying to answer questions for him? And he was like, you aren't recognized to speak. You have no right to speak. Have him removed.
Yeah. Eventually had him removed. Yeah, he kept shouting. Like, I wish the lawyer was mic'd up because you couldn't really hear what he was saying. I wanted to hear what his lawyer was saying, but whatever he was saying, Rand Paul was having fucking none of it. And of course, Fauci, being worth, I don't know, like $12 million, had a team of lawyers there. That is what innocent people do that have nothing to hide, that really want to just answer questions for the American people. Because after all, he is in service to he's just a public servant in service to the American people. You show up with 7 lawyers and plead the fifth to every single fucking question.
He's a lifesaver, Johnny.
After you have a partner. Yeah.
Lifesaver.
Put aside all the flowery rhetoric that we hear in the United States Senate. Dr. Fauci has saved lives, as have public health officials in the United States and throughout the world. And today, we are demeaning and degrading their life-saving service.
I'm not entirely.
Did they save?
Right, I'm not entirely sure that he's been responsible for saving lives in any meaningful way throughout at any point of his career. Like the AIDS epidemic was completely mishandled, completely mismanaged, and the parts that they did get right of it were borderline criminal. The treatments that they did get right, where they were able to help in some ways, Fauci stole the research from some lady and then used that to he didn't even actually do anything other than steal, which, imagine that.
There's just no evidence that they saved lives from their COVID response. Everything they told you to do for COVID was essentially wrong. It didn't stop the transmission of it. Their treatment of it initially was killing people, where they were fucking shoving ventilators down everybody's throat.
6 feet to slow the spread was entirely made up bullshit.
Yeah. Well, here it's only 1.5 meters. We still have some stickers on the fucking ground outside here by a Starbucks. 1.5 meters, for those of you that aren't familiar with the metric system, is not 6 feet. So it's just, it's complete fucking bullshit. Like, I know maybe the disease gets a little lazy here in Mexico and moves a little slower, so you only have to do 1.5 meters. I don't know the exact fucking math on it, but it's not 6 feet. Yeah. So like, none of this stuff like did anything to save lives. Partially because COVID didn't really fucking kill anybody, except old people and people with like fucking 4 comorbidities. So what did Fauci do to save the 450-pound diabetic?
Remember the story that ran rampant there for a minute whenever everybody's like, why are we shutting down schools? Kids aren't getting this. And they were like, look, this 14-year-old died. And then it turned out the 14-year-old had like a heart, like a hole in their heart that had gone undiagnosed, and like,
or they had leukemia. And it's like, they had leukemia.
Remember that one, the 12-year-old girl that got hospitalized, and then they showed the pictures of her, and she was like the size of 3 normal 12-year-old girls?
I don't remember that one. But dude, I'm remembering a lot of stuff. And people, when they recirculate some of these photos and shit that people were doing, and then all of the fucking retards come, people forget like how scary this was and how dangerous it was. And no, we didn't forget a fucking goddamn thing, including the fact that you said like that you got people fucking fired from their jobs, forced them to take an experimental vaccine, forced them to close down their business, arrested them for surfing and walking in the park. We didn't forget this shit.
My favorite one was anytime somebody would say something about masks, they'd be like, oh, well, next time you go for surgery, just tell your doctor not to wear a mask. It's like, oh, well, coincidentally, according to the research done by Dr. Truth Science, that's literally the only place that a mask has any efficacy is in a surgical room. Outside of that, the study he conducted proves that masks are useless. Anywhere other than a sterile surgical setting, masks are useless. Of course, I did an episode on that on my podcast, linking to the article, and then it got taken down. And then when I appealed it, the article became the DIH website became a 404 page not found. What
the motherfucker? Oh, but we forget.
Yeah, I didn't forget a fucking thing.
Just how bad this was initially. And we need to give them some more. Like, nobody knew. Nobody could have possibly known that. Dude, I should send you that. I think I retweeted it because it's like they wrapped somebody in fucking plastic so they could hold their like fucking grandson or something. And the guy's like, oh, well, this was like from, April and March of 2020. And nobody could have known that this was going to be like that, and that this wouldn't have, nobody could have known that wrapping yourself in fucking plastic wrap so you can hold your grandkid was retarded. Nobody could have possibly known that. What's up, Jimbo? Yeah, on the advice account. Yeah, we should just be pleading the fifth back and forth. I don't think. What a Weasley little fucking bitch, dude. There was something a little satisfying watching him bitch out like that, but also just so infuriating. And then the people that come to his defense, again, dude, accusing us of forgetting how bad things were. It's unbelievable. These fucking nurses. You forget what it was like. I remember. Yeah, all those lives you were saving in between fucking dance routines. I remember. Your little fucking TikTok videos. Who could forget?
And asking Fauci to be held accountable for anything, that's like McCarthy era type of persecution.
I forgot, yeah.
I have not used TMZ's YouTube channel to vent personal feelings about issues, but I'm going to do that today. Watching Anthony Fauci before a congressional hearing taking the Fifth Amendment is just one of the most heartbreaking things I have seen in government in my lifetime. And this is something we need to reckon with. That I'm going to say up front, I have problems the way the CDC handled COVID. I think that they did damage to children, to adults, and I don't think they did it maliciously. I think they did it because they were using their judgment and were overprotective, and I think at times overstated things they said they knew but really didn't. And I have personal problems with the way that COVID was handled. That said, Anthony Fauci, over a period of decades, has been an amazing public servant. In the 80s, I had many friends who died of AIDS, a horrible, painful death. And I had friends who lived because of Anthony Fauci, because he was willing to look at experimental drugs in a different way than they had looked at them before. And that really resulted in lives saved. And he has done so many other things in his career to thwart epidemics, to save lives, not just in the United States, but all over the world. He has been a dedicated public servant who could have made a lot more money outside of government than inside, but he stayed. And now we are at a point where members of Congress, and yes, you, Rand Paul, are on a witch hunt And the best I can say for Rand Paul is that he's being really honest. I mean, he has said now over a period of years, he wants Anthony Fauci in a jail cell. He has said it out loud. He wants him in a jail cell. That's the point of this hearing. That's why they're doing this. They want to take something that Anthony Fauci says and then claim it amounts to perjury, and they want to prosecute him, they want to convict him, and they want to throw him in prison. That's the point of this hearing. There is no other point of this hearing. There could be. I mean, there are things they could certainly ask him, but he can't answer. Because if he answers, it doesn't matter what he says. You know, if you can prosecute somebody for frickin' seashells on the beach shore, then you could certainly prosecute somebody for what they say in a congressional hearing. And that's the climate we're in. We are in a Senator Joseph McCarthy climate where there is such fear that people have, and legitimate fear that they'll end up in prison for what they say, no matter what it is, if they are on the wrong side of somebody in Congress or the administration, that they have been silenced. And that's where we are right now. We are in Senator Joseph McCarthy territory.
Dude. I almost don't even know where to start with this. How about that it was, what did he say? It was like the biggest tragedy he's ever seen in government. Apparently he missed like the entire fucking COVID thing, because that was pretty fucking tragic. Locking people in their fucking homes, shutting down fucking schools and businesses.
Well, and then he was talking about the Fauci being willing to look at medicines in a different way and do, experimental stuff. That's talking about the AIDS stuff, where he literally just stole the research from somebody else and then let the DIH put it to use. That wasn't him being like creative or anything. He stole somebody else's research. Talking about his humanitarian efforts across the world. Weren't they literally using like most of Africa as a guinea pig to test a whole bunch of random like different shit?
Maybe. I don't know about that. I know that wasn't he torturing fucking puppies?
Yeah, they were definitely doing that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Dr. Fauci, you public servant, you. Thank you so much for your Thank you for your service. Thank you so much for your fucking service. Get the fuck. Yeah, we do want him. But why does Rand Paul want him behind bars? Does Rand Paul just go around trying to arrest people, or is this the only person he's ever tried to put behind bars? Maybe there's a reason for it. Oh, they just want to take anything he says and say it's perjury. No, they want to take the blatant fucking lies and arrest him for that. They have the evidence is there in black and white now. Like, not only do we have video of him lying, but we have his actual words written into his fucking work computer. He's such a fucking narcissist. He writes these fucking things on his work computer. That's why they were able to fucking get it through a FOIA request, where he's saying all these things that, he was basically saying like, this is what I believe. And then I went out in fucking public and lied about it. Direct contradictions of everything that he fucking said in public are written down. So yeah, like, we want him in fucking prison, but it would only be, he acts like that you could just go out there and get arrested for saying anything. It's like, no, he's been pardoned for everything that he did. He could only be fucking arrested for perjury if he perjures himself. And by the way, which administration started this whole fucking witch hunt and show trials? How many times did they go after fucking Donald Trump? Try to put him in fucking prison. He was arrested. The level of projection is really something. Oh yeah, this is unheard of, unfucking heard of. Yeah, wouldn't want to go after a guy that potentially like funded the lab that most likely the virus leaked from that killed millions of people worldwide.
I found the article. Bill Gates was the one who was pushing to test a bunch of experimental drugs in Africa, and Fauci greenlit the pharmaceutical companies to send those over there and do all the testing. So they had to get NIH approval through Fauci to send the drugs to Africa for all the, basically to treat Africans as guinea pigs.
Okay. Of course, Bill Gates. Of course. God damn it, dude. It's amazing that they can just be out there like so brazen about it, and nothing ever seems to happen to them. It really is something. It really is something. And yeah, I'm not surprised that nobody in the corporate press that spent 2020, 2021, 2022 fawning over Fauci, not doing any sort of journalism whatsoever, are now, it's not even that they're covering for Fauci, they're covering for themselves because they don't want to basically prove that they were completely derelict in their duties in the most important moment of their fucking careers.
Right. When everybody like me and you and anyone with half a fucking brain was like, you can't just trust the science. You should actually look into this stuff and think about what they're saying and what the truth is of this stuff. They all just went full fucking waterhead, like water brain. Nope. You just have to trust the science. That's how it is. It's settled. It's all settled. There's no reason to search. You can't do your own research. You don't know what you're looking at.
What are you gonna? You reading books? No. Yeah, they were making fun of people for reading stuff.
Yeah, you read an NIH article. Why would you do that?
Yeah,
like,
that was a great. Who's the comedian that's got the bit? Shit, he was like a pretty lefty guy too, but it's a great fucking bit about COVID and doing your own research. Come on, Jim. What's his name? Yeah, Jimmy Dore. There it is. Jimmy Dore, your namesake. Yeah, dude, it's unbelievable that they like. If they had a brain to begin with, they completely shut it off. And it was the NPC, like the NPC, like computer chip swapping meme was the perfect meme for the whole COVID thing. Because the story just kept getting more and more retarded and contradictory. And they just kept going along with it. And they like... Dude, they would just say whatever was being told to them to say. And then they would accuse anybody of questioning it of being stupid. Oh, you're too stupid to do fucking your own research. Just listen to Sanjay Gupta. It's unbelievable, man. And it's not like you had to be a fucking genius. I'm not even like patting myself on the back for being smarter than anybody else. Oh, man, it's really something. And it's infuriating to watch people defend him. Like, this is the hill you want to die on after. Like, a lot of people were, I mean, they weren't like happy about just kind of letting you slither away from your ridiculous COVID positions. Like you didn't turn into a complete piece of shit. But now they're going back to like doubling down on it. They were going to slither away because they were wrong about everything, but now they're going to come out of the fucking woods and defend this guy. Claim baseless claims that he saved millions of lives around the world. There's just no evidence of it. And even if there was evidence that he had saved lives previously, now there's a lot of evidence that he took lives on purpose.
Or at the very least,
like we said at the beginning of the show, he had a vaccine injury and he kept that to himself and then went that day to go push people to get the vaccine. That could basically blow up your fucking heart. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but he had a blood clot in his fucking lung. Oh man, it's unbelievable. Oh, but he's a hero, of course. Yeah, he's right up there on Mount Rushmore with George Floyd and Michael Brown. They're all heroes. Gentle Giants and Trayvon Martin. Yeah, keep going, you fucking retards. All your heroes. They turn out to be the biggest pieces of shit. I don't know why we're surprised. They idolize fucking, Mao Zedong and fucking Che Guevara, all these fucking mass murderers.
I'd say
the only mass murderer they don't like is Hitler. And I don't know why. Like,
you ever seen speaking of Hitler, that takes us to a
weren't the Nazis running like all these medical experiments on people?
Yes, huh?
And it sounds like Fauci was taking a playbook out of the Nazi playbook.
Oh.
It's straight out of the Nazi playbook. How could you like this guy?
Speaking of, when General George Patton arrived on the front lines in Russia, he looked around at communist Russia and said, "I think we're fighting the wrong enemy." And now we get one of this week's candidates for retard of the week.
My real passion is my hobby.
Really? What's that?
I work with retards.
Isn't that a little politically incorrect?
Oh, the hell with that. No one's gonna tell me who I can and can't work with, right?
Let's just say somebody who has raped a woman.
Totally.
Would you like them to be out in the street?
I think my answer is yes, even though that's a challenging answer to say.
So if you got raped, would you like your rapist to be out in the street?
Oh, let me finish. Because I have been raped, and they are out in the street. And I'm not sure, them going to jail is a solution to, whatever's going on inside their heart, or even my own heart that, contributed to that experience that I'm having. And I don't want more people to get raped, but I don't know for certain that going into a jail in the United States is going to shift anything inside of their operating system so that they'll make a different choice again.
Wow, well, thank you guys so much for your time. And is there one last message you'd like to give the people about the rise of communism or freeing the people inside the prisons?
Just free yourself from the own prison in your heart, and then maybe we can.
So this chick is a
NYU student, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
NYU student.
Good school.
She's also a big proponent of communism. There's another video somewhere of him talking to her where she talks about how much of a fan of communism she is, and she wants to do away with the prison system entirely and all of this other bullshit. It's I actually agree with her. I don't want her rapist to go to jail either. I want him to have a bullet put in the back of his head in town square. Make an example
of that. Yeah, although I question her definition of rape. I just don't trust it. I don't know if I trust that one enough to put a bullet in the back of that dude's head. But yes, the real traditional definition of rape, absolutely. And she seemed to have a problem with American prisons. You want to ship them off to fucking El Salvador or something? I'm fine with that.
Yes, we can absolutely send them to El Salvadorian prisons. I'm totally fine with that. Yes,
Mexican prisons. I think the Mexicans do prison just fine. I'm sure. Luckily, I haven't had to figure find that one out. But even the Italians do prison pretty well. That's Galileo. Yeah, fine, whatever. But I don't know if it's going to change what's in their heart.
It's not.
We don't give a shit about what's in their heart.
I think it's been statistically proven that prison, there is no rehabilitating the people who go to prison. 80 to 85% of them will repeat offend. We'll be right back. They're not going to change. They're not going to learn anything from it. Like the ones who do are usually minor offenders and pretty few and far between.
Yeah, and the ones who are reformable probably weren't going to be career criminals anyway. Like if it was like the first thing they did and they got caught the first time, it's like, okay, yeah, I really shouldn't do that again. But like, how many more times were they going to do it if they got away with it? I don't know. But yeah, there's a certain percentage of the population that there's no helping them, and it's pretty obvious when, especially nowadays, because they're all out on the fucking streets. Been arrested 30, 40 times. Oh, but what's in their heart? Yeah, okay. I don't know. They just stabbed somebody on the fucking street in broad daylight.
Yeah, evil.
That was completely avoidable. This suicidal empathy really is amazing. Women's capacity for it knows no bounds.
The heat map is undefeated.
Yeah. And speaking of suicidal empathy, did you see that video from Spain, from the Spain-Moroccan border?
You mean this video?
Yeah. So if you're just listening, this is like, I don't know, 10,000 fucking Moroccans invading
That's
Spain.
the right word, invading Spain. Spain passed some amnesty law that basically said they're not going to do anything to stop invaders, and then literally the next day 10,000 Moroccan invaders just show up, like storming the walls.
This is crazy. Like if you thought what did they call them? The migrant caravans or something. This is basically that. Just all descending on the shores of this Spanish town. What was the name? It starts with a C. I'd never heard of this place, and it's actually like separate from mainland Spain.
Cueta Enclave.
Yeah. And dude, I saw dude, let me read the stupid fucking response, because people were like, yo, what the fuck is going on in Spain? And their response to it from their authority figures. I retweet it. Let me see. Pedro Sanchez is the guy that should have been doing something about this. And dude, his response to it was like ridiculous, dude. It was just a bunch of euphemisms. The government of Spain is fully committed to providing an immediate response to the situation in Ceuta. We are mobilizing all necessary resources, working with Moroccan and international authorities, and preparing the necessary measures to restore normalcy as soon as possible. I just conveyed this to President Juan Vivas Lara. This is the moment to build solutions with responsibility and cooperation. No wonder they thought that they could just fucking waltz in there and take over. Like, what kind of pussy response? Yo, dude, you should be up on like the rooftops mowing these people down. This is literally an invasion. And your response is like, oh yeah, we're cooperating and we're coming up with solutions and yada, yada, yada. It's unreal, man. Unreal that you have such a pussy response to that. Good luck, Spain. I mean, at least there's still a body of water between them and mainland Spain. But from what the videos I've been seeing over the last couple of months is they've gotten there too. They got tons of migrants. We played some of those videos from Spanish beaches. I was reading
the thing. It was like apparently this is like about 18 miles from mainland Spain. It's like a little small island. It's almost in Africa where it's located, but it's technically Spain.
Yeah. Yeah. I until like I actually saw like it mapped out. I didn't know that was part of Spain. I don't think, because it literally is like sharing a border with Morocco, and then there's like a water, and then the rest of Spain. So it looks like the Spanish did some invading once upon a time. And my advice to the Moroccans at the time would have been the exact same.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah. But we're just going to let them walk in now.
Yeah, there's literally a clip of this where there's just a white woman standing in the middle, just like, oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy that they're there.
I've not seen that. I don't know if I want to.
You don't.
My opinion of women over the last couple of years has really, really declined.
Yes.
They're not doing themselves any fucking favors.
Especially white women.
Yeah, particularly. Although
Yes,
black women are the most educated among us.
Yes, the most educated.
And unfortunately, they're underemployed.
I think it's funny how they equate having the most number of degrees with being the most educated.
Yeah, the most time spent in government fucking prisons for children.
Yeah. Anytime you start believing that a degree is the same as an education.
Oh, he does. I mean, we heard it from the NYU student. Loves communism. Like, I don't understand how anybody could get an accurate portrayal of communism and love it.
Speaking of
but that was Jasmine Crockett that was saying black women were the most educated among us. And
Oh.
for some reason, obviously racism, nobody's employing them.
She's always in the running for retard of the week, whether she says anything or not. So we take Jasmine Crockett with a grain of salt and a shot of penicillin. Speaking of the benefits of communism, communism is always especially beneficial for the people who are in power. Speaking of, when Mondani announced his new socialist grocery stores, he failed to mention one important thing. His wife will earn $400,000 a year in taxpayer money to be the project's official spokesmodel.
So I was waiting for that to get community noted. I flagged that the other day. It still hasn't been. So at this point, I'm going to assume that is 100% accurate. First of all, why does it need a spokesmodel?
Right. If you're already in a food desert, shouldn't the state run or the city run grocery store just speak for itself? It doesn't need a spokes.
Yeah, but it's also like, yo, dude. First of all, you have X and the internet, and this is already going viral. And you have AI. So you could just have an AI spokesmodel do everything. But no, we're going to pay my fucking wife $400,000 a year. $400,000. You know how many people, how many meals that could be for the starving children? How many fruits and vegetables that could buy the starving people, the starving children of New York? But no. $400,000 a year. 400 gur to be a spokesmodel for my program. Isn't that nice how that worked out and just happened to be his wife? It really is. They are. I mean, they're just public servants, Justin. Public servants. Mm-hmm. And they're fucking communists too, by the way. Oh, what's with paying her $400,000? Who needs that much money?
Well, and that's the thing. That like every single time communism has been tried, that's how it works. Like the people who are in charge become rich and powerful and have everything, and then literally everybody else gets to stand in bread lines and starve to death and die.
And in this case, they literally will be standing in bread lines,
starving to death. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. According to
they're
Grok,
going to be lining up to get into these fucking stores. It's going to be crazy.
According to Grok, $400,000 could purchase somewhere in the neighborhood of 30,000 meals in New York City.
Okay.
That's a lot of meals that could be handed out.
Yeah. And she doesn't need that money. Mom Donnie's got family money, first of all. And now he's getting a big fat salary from the taxpayers of New York. Wonder how much they're donating to charities and food banks and everything. Mm-hmm. Because they're just here to help. They just want to feed the children. Just want to feed the fucking children. Oh yeah, and make $400,000 a year. Doing nothing. I haven't seen 1 second of her being the spokesmodel. Have you seen anything?
All I've seen is him sitting on the wrong side of a desk talking about stuff. Have you seen those videos? Like the desk is literally backwards. Like it's not how you sit.
I haven't noticed that.
Yeah, they've got the drawers and everything.
I haven't seen.
They've got the drawers and everything facing the camera. Like that's the side that you're supposed to sit on. That's it. They've got the desk backwards.
Oh, so they like turned it around.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's not like a communist has ever sat down at a desk and done work.
I mean, it just highlights he doesn't know how a desk works. So
yeah, it's just for storage. It's treating it as like a credenza. Probably got his socks in there. Oh man, I'll be interested to see what the people of New York are getting for their $400,000. So far, I haven't seen her speak out about this at all. Maybe she must be doing in-person things, going around to, I don't know where you go to tell people to buy groceries.
Probably doing ribbon cuttings at all the stores. You know.
Oh yeah, once they get all their 30% marked down. It's like, yeah, we're selling this for less than wholesale. Okay, good luck with that. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how that plays out. Okay. All right, what else we got? No, we still got the Halo stuff, right?
I'd say, yeah. The only thing I had left was the Halo stuff, and get us our gaming corner. Halo Combat Evolved. So they took the original Halo game and remastered it, gave it some updates, and one of the big updates that they gave it was they added some new like prequel scenes and gave us a good girl boss Marine who well, you can listen to what she thinks of the Master Chief.
Not bad, Spartan. I'm almost starting to believe the propaganda. Not bad.
All of her dialogue is incredibly cringeworthy. The voice acting is subpar at best, and at every post basically calls it like Reddit tier dialogue. Like it's always this girl boss. It's like, oh yeah, you're I might start to believe the propaganda. You're not the only one who can fight a war. It's just so fucking cringe. And as if that's not bad enough, they made her here we go. Here's some of the cringe dialogue. No, Sergeant Major, I'm not. It takes more than fancy armor and a good PR campaign to impress me. And she's ugly and like everything about this. And then you can't kill the female characters in the game at all.
Yeah, this is the part that I saw, but I don't even know why this came across my feed, but I thought it was pretty goddamn funny. So if you're just listening, this guy's going around trying to shoot the NPCs, and you can totally fucking blow the heads off of all the male NPCs.
That's it. I'm shutting you down.
And then when you go to the females, just nothing happens. Like, what is that supposed to do? The fact that that even like crosses your mind for the game is bizarre to me. Like you're developing this game, be like, let's make it so they can't shoot all the women.
Well, the female Marine that you can't shoot, or that like has all the cringy dialogue and stuff. If you attempt to shoot her, she will shoot you back, and she one-shots you. Like Master Chief with the armor and the shield and everything, she will one-shot you. So
don't fuck with her.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with girl boss. Oh man, they should just have her walking around in a pantsuit. Power suit. Let's go.
And like the stupid thing about it is Halo has strong female characters throughout the series anyway. Like they didn't need to shoehorn in some girl boss Marine. There were a lot of developers from like the original Halo game, and also like military people that have said something about the number of female Marines they added into the game, like an unrealistic number, like even like of the Marines that join you on the mission on the ring and stuff. They replaced a lot of them with female, like a noticeable amount that got people talking about it. They also there was a character in the original game that it's a guy piloting the ship, and they replaced the guy who's piloting the ship with a black female. And the original developers of the game got pissed off about that. They're like, the guy who was the original character there was one of the sound technicians that did a lot of work on the games. Like they took a picture of him and rendered his face onto this character to like, pay homage to the work he did on the game. They just took him out and replaced him with some like boilerplate black chick. Like just, I have played Halo since the original came out. Me and a fraternity brother have been playing through the whole series on my days off. We sit down at night and call each other and shoot the shit and run through the Halo campaigns. And I really want to like this game and to get it. And the more I see of this shit, the less likely I am to do it. It's like, why would you? There was no reason to change any of this stuff. That's not honoring the original game. That's bastardizing it.
Yeah, it's just, and like we've been talking about, I mean, it's permeating everything in our, like, they're just, it doesn't seem to be like there's any like original idea. Maybe we're just like the next generations of people are just like incapable of coming up with something. And so they just have to keep tweaking things that were already great and tweak them in retarded woke ways.
Well, and then true to modern gaming fashion, they made Cortana ugly. I see. Part of me wants to see more gameplay because me and my fraternity brother, when we were playing the other night, we started Halo 4, and I was like, did they just give Cortana bigger tits in every game? And like, because it feels like her tits are bigger in this one than they were in the last one. And in the last one, they were bigger than they were in the one before that.
You're complaining about this?
No, I was just observing and asking. I was like, are they making her tits bigger every game? And he said, actually, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Now I kind of want to see more gameplay from it to see how they butchered her, and if they probably gave her a flat ass and like no chest at all.
Yeah. Or maybe they made her curvy. By that I mean fat.
Fat, yeah.
I'm just curvy. No, you're morbidly obese. Okay. Oh shit. Well, another one bites the dust. Another great. I never really played much Halo anyway. I never had an Xbox. That was an Xbox game, right?
Yeah. See, yeah, I'm definitely out. Like that's just terrible.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 2012. Back in the good old days.
Take me back.
I'd like to go way back before then. But yeah. That was before the Fauci pardons. Can we get him on anything in 2012? Oh, just a witch hunt. Just a witch hunt. Somebody, whatever. We're done. We don't need to rehatch any more Fauci stuff. We're running out of time anyway. But yeah, I guess that's gonna do it for this week. Is that it? Is that everything?
That's all of it.
Yeah. Spain, retards, Fauci, more retards.
And if you really want more retards, join me and Jim tomorrow night at 7:30 Central for Justin and Jim's final dumb gay shit show.
7:30 Central, son of a bitch. Yeah, I think I'm gonna miss that, unfortunately. But I'll see if I can hop in. Are you? How do you do that?
Here on this, same as everything.
Oh, okay. So I can just go and StreamYard and click on it.
Yeah.
What about everybody else?
If anybody that wants to join, just shoot me a message and I will send you a link. I'm not keeping anybody out.
Okay.
I've invited a bunch of people that have been on the show with me previously. So if there's past guests that you enjoyed, they're probably going to be back more than likely. So
Big Dumb Gay Shit Show extraordinaire. Well, that'll be fun. Hopefully I can catch some of it, but like I said, I got visitors coming. So
they're welcome to.
Yeah. My buddy with his wife and kids. But maybe they might want to be down by the pool or something. So
we are absolutely a kid-friendly show. If you want your kids to be ruined by me and Jim. My kids have participated, so take from that what you will.
All right, so go check that out, and we'll be back on Tuesday with our regularly scheduled programming, not this fucking early morning shit. And I'll be posting an update for the fire portfolio later this afternoon, probably after the cleaning lady leaves. So, and the market's closed. So yeah, if you want to join that, I'll link to that in the description. And until Tuesday, you guys know what to do. Just keep on peddling that so-called fiction. Peace.